Picture this for a moment. You're over 50, you feel mostly fine, maybe a little stiff in the mornings, maybe your blood pressure is borderline, and you tell yourself, I'll start taking my health seriously later. But what if I told you that stroke doesn't usually arrive with loud warning bells? It often creeps in quietly, built over years by habits we barely think about. And here's the shocking part. One of the most powerful ways to lower your stroke risk doesn't come from a pill bottle or a hospital room. It comes from a few simple movements you can start doing today, right where you are, even if you haven't exercised in years. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which exercises science shows can dramatically lower stroke risk after 50, and how to do them safely without punishing your joints or your heart. Now let me be very clear about something right from the start. Stroke risk isn't just about age. Yes, risk goes up after 50, but what really matters is what's happening inside your blood vessels. Strokes are closely linked to high blood pressure, poor circulation, insulin resistance, inflammation, and weak heart function. The good news is that exercise directly improves all of these, and you don't need extreme workouts to get the benefits. In fact, some of the most protective exercises are gentle, controlled, and almost boring looking from the outside. But inside your body, they're doing powerful work. I want you to imagine your blood vessels like flexible garden hoses. When you're younger and active, those hoses are soft and elastic. Blood flows smoothly. But over time, with inactivity, stress, poor sleep, and poor diet, those hoses stiffen. Pressure builds. Plaque forms. That's when strokes happen. The exercises I'm about to share help those hoses become flexible again. They help your heart pump more efficiently, lower resting blood pressure, and improve how your brain receives oxygen. The first type of movement I want to talk about is simple walking, but not just any walking. I'm talking about brisk, purposeful walking that slightly raises your breathing but still allows you to talk in short sentences. Research consistently shows that regular walking can reduce stroke risk by improving blood pressure, lowering bad cholesterol, increasing good cholesterol, and improving insulin sensitivity. For people over 50, walking is one of the safest and most effective forms of cardiovascular exercise. It strengthens your heart without stressing your joints. When you walk regularly, your arteries learn to relax and widen, allowing blood to flow more easily to your brain. Even 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, has been shown to significantly reduce stroke risk. And if 30 minutes sounds like too much, start with 10 minutes. Your blood vessels don't care about perfection. They care about consistency. As you walk, focus on posture. Stand tall, roll your shoulders back gently, swing your arms naturally, and breathe deeply through your nose if you can. That deep breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which helps lower blood pressure. Over time, this kind of walking actually trains your heart to beat more efficiently, meaning it can pump the same amount of blood with less effort. That's huge for stroke prevention. Now let's talk about something many people over 50 completely overlook, and that's strength training. When people hear strength training, they imagine heavy weights, grunting, and injuries. But the science tells a very different story. Moderate strength training is one of the best ways to lower stroke risk because it improves blood sugar control, reduces inflammation, and lowers resting blood pressure when done correctly. Muscle tissue is like a sponge for glucose. The more muscle you have, the better your body handles blood sugar, and high blood sugar is a major stroke risk factor. One of the safest and most effective strength exercises you can do is the sit-to-stand movement. You've been doing it your whole life. Sitting down in a chair and standing back up uses your legs, hips, and core, which are some of the largest muscles in your body. These muscles play a massive role in blood sugar control and circulation. Doing slow, controlled sit-to-stands trains your heart and muscles together. Aim to stand up smoothly without using your hands if possible, then sit back down under control. This movement improves leg strength, balance, and blood flow back to the heart. Over time, it reduces strain on your cardiovascular system. Another incredibly powerful exercise for stroke prevention is gentle cycling, whether it's on a stationary bike or a regular bike outdoors. Cycling is low impact, which makes it ideal if you have knee pain, hip stiffness, or excess body weight. When you cycle, your leg muscles repeatedly contract and relax, acting like pumps that help return blood to your heart. This improves circulation and reduces blood pooling in the lower body, which helps lower blood pressure. Studies show that regular cycling improves endothelial function, which means the inner lining of your blood vessels becomes healthier and more responsive. Healthy endothelium equals lower stroke risk. As you cycle, keep the intensity moderate. You should feel warm, your breathing should increase, but you should not feel dizzy or overly fatigued. If you're just starting out, even 5 to 10 minutes is enough. The key is to build a habit. Over weeks and months, your heart becomes stronger, your blood pressure comes down, and your stroke risk drops quietly in the background. Now let's shift to an exercise that doesn't get nearly enough credit: balance and coordination movements. You might be wondering, what does balance have to do with stroke? A lot, actually. Balance exercises improve communication between your brain and your body. They enhance neural pathways, improve blood flow to the brain, and reduce the risk of falls, which are especially dangerous after a stroke. One of the simplest and most effective balance exercises is standing on one leg while holding onto a chair or wall for support. This activates deep stabilizing muscles and challenges your nervous system in a safe way. When you practice balance regularly, you're not just training your muscles. You're training your brain. Studies show that balance and coordination exercises improve cognitive function and cerebral blood flow, both of which are critical for stroke prevention. Start by standing on one leg for 10 to 20 seconds, then switch sides. Over time, as you get more confident, you can reduce how much you hold on or close your eyes briefly if it's safe to do so. Another incredibly important but often ignored exercise category is flexibility and mobility work, especially for the spine and hips. Tight muscles restrict blood flow. Poor posture compresses blood vessels. Gentle stretching and mobility movements help restore natural alignment, reduce tension, and improve circulation to the brain. One of the best movements you can do is gentle spinal rotation while seated. Sit tall in a chair, place one hand on the opposite knee, and slowly rotate your torso while breathing deeply. This movement encourages blood flow along the spine and helps reduce stiffness that can interfere with circulation. Deep, slow breathing during stretching is especially powerful. When you exhale slowly, your blood pressure naturally drops. Over time, this trains your nervous system to stay calmer under stress, and chronic stress is a major contributor to stroke risk. Just a few minutes a day of gentle mobility work can have a measurable impact on your cardiovascular health. Finally, I want to talk about something that ties all of these exercises together, and that's consistency paired with recovery. You do not lower stroke risk by pushing yourself to exhaustion. In fact, overly intense exercise without proper recovery can increase cardiovascular stress, especially after 50. The science is very clear on this. Moderate, regular exercise performed most days of the week is far more protective than sporadic intense workouts. Your goal is to make movement a daily habit, not a punishment. Think of exercise as medicine for your blood vessels. A small daily dose works better than a massive dose once in a while. Walking, gentle strength training, cycling, balance work, and mobility movements all send signals to your body that say, we need healthy circulation. We need flexible arteries. We need a strong heart. Over time, your body listens. If you've been sedentary, I want you to hear this clearly. It is not too late. Your blood vessels can improve at any age. Studies show improvements in blood pressure and circulation in people well into their 70s and 80s after starting regular exercise. The key is to start where you are and progress slowly. Your future self will thank you for the decision you make today. Now, before we wrap up, let me give you one simple way to put all of this together. Aim to move your body in some way every single day. One day might be a brisk walk. Another day might be light strength exercises. Another day might be cycling or balance work. You don't need perfection. You need momentum. Each movement is a vote for better brain health, better heart health, and lower stroke risk. If this video helped you understand how powerful the right exercises can be after 50, do me a favor. Like this video so more people can see it, subscribe to the channel for weekly science-backed health and fitness content designed specifically for adults over 50, and share this with someone you care about. You never know whose life you might help protect. And remember, Your health isn't something to postpone. The best time to start lowering your stroke risk was years ago. The second best time is right now.